Hello everybody and welcome to Creativity Time. My name is Tatiana and I blog and create under Tatiana Creative Stamping Adventure. I am thrilled that you could join me, whether you're watching live here on Facebook or you're watching the recording on Facebook, on Instagram. I am really happy that you have joined. I will be playing with a brand new stamp set. It is only available currently to demonstrators, but next week, the new 2022 to 2023 annual catalog does launch for everybody, customers, so you'll be able to order this too. So it's the cup of tea. I almost said cup of art. I didn't sleep well last night. Anyway, it's the cup of tea and I was so excited. I am a tea drinker. I can't stand coffee. I've tried it twice, like as in a sip of espresso, not espresso, cappuccinos or whatever my husband. He likes trying to convince me to try just because he likes my reaction, but not for me, not my cup of tea. I rather a nice cup of tea. So I was immediately drawn to this stamp set. It does come with coordinating dies as well, so that's always fun to be able to coordinate your products. Let's flip to the table and I will talk a little bit more about this bundle. So it is a photopolymer stamp set. How many stamps are there? 20 stamps, so there's a lot. Hello Pam, thanks for joining me. And then there are, how many dies? 17 dies. So you can cut out the teacup, either one. You can cut out these leaves, this flower, these bits, these flowers, and these flowers kind of sit inside this greenery, so that's a lot of fun. This leaf, the lemon, and then there's some little like intricate dies. A lot of fun. I love the little love hearts, of course, a tag for your tea bags, you know. And for my customers, I created these cute little tea bag holders. Whoop, that didn't stick down very well. Anyway, so those are, this one's for a customer that's local, but this got sent out, so anyone who doesn't live locally to me, your catalogs are on your way, and so are your little packages with a little gift from me, which includes this. So this is the bundle that I used to create those. And I have picked my colors. I'm going with a brand new color combination featuring one of the new in colors, Orchid Oasis, and I'm combining it with Melon Mambo and Bermuda Bay. This came from the color coach guide that Stampin' Up provides every year with the new in colors. So I was very excited to see those, and I thought this would be a really lovely combo. And I'm thinking stacking the cups, we might do the striped one. I was going to go with the leafy one, but I think we're going to go stripy, just for, you know, something different. So I'm going to mount my stamp. Did everyone have a good long weekend? Here in Australia, we had a long weekend for Anzac Day. Well, I suppose New Zealand also had a long weekend for Australia and New Zealand Army Corps. It was also Orthodox Easter weekend, so it's been a busy weekend. Whew. It's probably why I didn't sleep so well. Let's see, will I fit 3? I want 3, yeah. I'll be able to fit 3. Hey Vicky, long time no see. And I'm just grabbing a piece mat underneath so that, because this is photopolymer, so the red rubber stamps have a bit of foam backing, whereas the photopolymer doesn't. So stamping on a piece of, on some foam, such as the piece mat, just gives you a better impression when you're stamping. So I'm going to start with Bermuda Bay. Never inked this stamp before. There we go. So I'm going to stamp. And of course I need to clean my stamp between colours. Perfect. Nice of you to catch me live. I love that you're here. Now I'm moving on to Melon Mambo. It's a fun teacup. I love the stripes. And finally, the brand new Orchid Oasis. like a bluey purple. I did do a Facebook Live sharing all the new in colours and comparing them, just the colour swatches of cardstock, comparing them to different. Little Miss was using this colour. You can tell. So, what else do I want? Let me just have a look. Let's die cut that out and kind of, I've got an idea of a layout which I am kind of casing someone. Can't remember the, well, I can't pronounce the name. The honest truth is I know who they are. They're a UK demonstrator, but I can't pronounce her name, so I'll put it in the blog details once that's up and live. And this should fit through Mini. So we have 2 cut emboss machines from Stampin' Up, and I really love using the Mini because it doesn't take up a lot of space on my desk. And I'll grab the coordinating die, and we will have a magnetic plate coming out with this new catalogue. I believe the Mini one's still being delayed, you know, COVID stuff. But the big one, I believe, don't quote me, is going to be released with the catalogue next week. Okay, so now I was thinking we'll stack the teacups inside each other, you know, a little bit precariously, as so. And I've been umming and ahhing all morning. I want to do, actually no, I won't do a watercolor wash. I will do a blended ink background. So I'm going to put, the teacups will go kind of like so. We could even do it like that. And I'm going to blend some ink, and I want a lighter colour than what those are. So I'm going to pick Coastal Cabana. I think that'll go quite well. I'm just going to dab. So I've picked up the ink with my blending brush in a circular motion and then dabbed it off so that the harsher ink is not on my project. It's on my grid paper. And I'm just blending that out. Oh, I like it like that. And so you can kind of, it's like a bit of a halo behind the teacups. So I'm really liking the position of the teacups, how they are right there. So I'm just going to grab some like post-it strips. So there we go. Now they're holding in place. And I just want a bit more of a halo. Oops, I forgot to dab off. See what I mean? See that? How there's that darker, harsher ink right there? That's because I forgot to dab off my blending brush. But that's okay. It is what it is. And what we're going to do is move this out of the side, out of the way, not out to the side, but grab a link of Stella, which I think all of mine are dying. Got a new one, which I haven't opened yet. Well, this one will splash. I'm going to do a Wink of Stella splatter. Oh, nice big splatters came out. Excellent. Look at that. Split splat. I love the way that shines in the light. A bit more splatter at the top there. You don't have full control with the Wink of Stella. So this is a Wink of Stella that kind of dried up a bit, and I've refilled it with a bit of rubbing alcohol. And I've got one strip of washi tape around both ends to say that I've done that once. And I've got other Wink of Stellas, which I've done that twice too, so I've got 2 strips. And I've got to say, it does extend them. They're a lot more runnier than the original Wink of Stella, and they splatter a lot more. But I got to say, like when you're splattering, do you really care if your Wink of Stella is new or runnier? Actually, in fact, it's probably easier to splatter. And I'm just grabbing, I'm going to make this, so this is my pre-cut white at 10 centimeters, but I'm going to reduce it down by another 8 millimeters, so just under a centimeter, which I probably shouldn't have done that in one side, but that's okay. And that also gets rid of that big splat that I didn't like. And while I'm here, I'm going to grab some Coastal Cabana. Is this the right size? Look at that. This needs a slight trim to create a card base out of Coastal Cabana. Yay, so pretty. And I'm thinking, let's see how it looks. Need another sheet of Coastal Cabana. Hey Tanya, long time. I've got a lot of people who haven't caught me live in a while catching me today. Excellent. Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good Anzac weekend. Just cutting this down to 10 by 14.35. Nope, I didn't want that size. I wanted it 5 millimeters smaller than that, so just going to trim 5 millimeters off. This is how my brain works. I trim things down from the big size down. Yeah, we're going to mount this one. So the white is 3 millimeters smaller than the next one, which is more than 5 millimeters. It's 10 millimeters smaller than the card front. And that just gives you that nice mounting layer there. It's more obvious in person than it is on camera. That's the word I was looking for. But trust me, it's there. So I'm just gonna adhere this layer down to here. And because I've used the multi-purpose liquid glue, I've got that wiggle room to kind of get that border nice and even. I'm very happy with that. And then we're gonna pop that one up on dimensionals because we can, because it looks good. So I always like to start with the corners and kind of go halfway down, and then in between. Look, I've even got my pinky out like a little, as if I'm holding a teacup. Hey Leonie, how's it going? And because there's no wiggle room with dimensionals, I'm going to add, now this may seem a little crazy, but if you know me, I always have reason and rhyme. It gives me wiggle room. So now I've got dimension, so I've got the height, but I've got the beauty of the wiggle room. And So I've got the best of both worlds. And then it'll set perfectly where I want it to. Because how many times have you placed something on dimensionals and then found it wasn't straight and then you couldn't move it? Because, man, those dimensionals have good grip. Let's do the inside. Grab another pre-cut. So what I do is I pre-cut my card inserts in basic white only. And as you can see, I've got a cheat sheet here, written down the dimension, but the point is I've written down that it's 5 millimeters smaller than the card front. And that is my kind of go-to size for the inside. See? And you get this nice little border on the inside. But before I stick that down, I'm going to blend a little bit of the Coastal Cabana just on this bottom right hand corner. And if you watched me or follow me, you would have noticed that I always like to stamp on the bottom right corner. And that's because when you get to writing a message and you get to the bottom and you say love from and your name, it kind of just leaves this corner blank. So that's why. There is logic behind my thoughts, I guess you could say. It's just how my brain works. Anyhow, so I'm going to stamp in, what was this, Bermuda Bay, because it goes really well with Coastal Cabana. And let's wipe that before I get ink where I don't want it. Oh, actually, spoke too soon. Let's stamp the envelope. Let's go with the back of the envelope today. I vary where I stamp on my envelope. It's either on the flap. Actually, yes, let's do the flap. So the flap, sometimes I have things peeking underneath the flap so that when it's sealed, it looks like flowers are growing out. Or I stamp on the front, but always top right hand corner, because Australia Post designates this area for the stamp, this area for the address, and this area, so the bottom and to the there, to be left clear for their processing. Because if you've noticed, when you've got cards from Australia, or within Australia anyway, there's little printed orange lines there. It helps coding or sending things. Anyway, so, and sometimes you get a yellow strip stuck down there because it's too decorative and then the orange lines don't print. Anyway, so that's why I only stamp in those areas of the envelope. If you want more details, check out Australia Post website. They do share their things. So I've got teacups. And I'm very happy with the teacups. Just, my iPad froze. Let's do a vote. Should I put the teacups down with glue? So just with glue, give me a thumbs up. Or should I give them some dimension with the dimensionals? Where are they? Here they are. So a bit of height, and give me a love heart. What do you think? I don't know, I can't decide. The tape will be removed, that's just there holding them into place. I can't decide what I want to do, but they'll sit there. Nobody else has an opinion? There's people watching. Oh, I see a love heart. Lara sends me a love heart in the comments. You can also give me a thumbs up or a love heart in the comments. So I've got 3 votes for love, so that's the dimensionals. Let's go with it. 2 flat and 1 popped. Oh, Pam. That is a good one. Popped up, please. Oh, Chris is also saying popped up. 2 flat, 1 popped. Oh, I'm torn. Okay, new vote. What about combo? Give me a laughing face, a ha 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 face. I don't know what hand gesture is for ha ha ha, but give me a ha 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 face if you think I should do these 2 glued down and then this one popped up. Just waiting for the video to catch up. Might do some tidying. Lara sent me a ha 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 face in the comments while laughing. Any more? No? Pam, of course, you are laughing at me. Tanya, you're also laughing at me. And Vicky's laughing at me. Excellent. Okay, this is going to be fun. Look, I can flip this one up and add the glue to these two. Now I'll make sure that all three. So I've only got glue on the top two, and they're all being held in place with my post-it tape there. And now I can flip that up and place my dimensionals. Oh, got one too many. There. And now, peel back. Now, don't throw those bits out. I just attach them to the dispenser, and I use them over and over again until they're kind of torn or tacky. You know, don't waste things. So this one's popped up. So we've got a bit of dimension. I love that idea. Thank you so much, Pam. And we'll put our insert inside the card. We've still got a sentiment to go. And I know what I want to do, but I think let's do another vote for which sentiment shall we use. So, take care of yourself. Ooh, that could be cute too. Thank you for your friendship. I didn't even notice that there. That's very cute. Or thank you. So let's just vote on the three. Thank you for your friendship. Let's go with thumbs up for that one. Thank you for your friendship. Take care of yourself. A love heart. Or a thank you, the ha-ha face. So you could either just type, send me an emoji, or hit the reaction on the Facebook Live. Of course, if you're watching the recording and your vote won't go ahead, but let me know what you think anyway. Be fun to see. So Vicky and Joan are both sending me laughing faces, which would be the thank you. And while that's going through, I'm going to grab the Orchid Oasis. I've got Lara sent me a thumbs up. Tanya, ooh. The laughing faces have it at the moment, just. Okay. I think laughing faces have it, so that's the big thank you. And what we're going to do is white heat emboss that on a bit of Orchid Oasis cardstock. Would be helpful if I grab, I just saw some more laughing faces go through. And we'll need some Versamark. Get everything ready. Got my basic white embossing powder, and I'll need my heat tool. Okay, ready to go. Ready to rumble. Thank you. So if anyone's watching and they don't have a demonstrator, a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and would like to learn a little bit more, feel free to contact me. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions, send you a catalogue. There is a new catalogue starting next week, which is exciting. Of course, if you're not in Australia, I can help you, point you in the right direction for your country. But I'm only able to send, or accept orders from those in Australia. So I'm just heat setting that. Can't find the off switch. And I'm gonna fussy cut this out. So before I was gonna just chomp it off, but then it's not a straight line, you know what I mean? So I'm going to, and that way this has a straight line if I need it. It's probably a little too pedantic, but. And now I'm gonna fussy cut it. Okay, let's bring the card up. Oh, I like it right there. Now, I'm feeling as if it's not standing out enough, so I've got a trick for that. I'm going to grab these brand new dies. This is the Stylish Shape dies. So they're stitched circles, squares, and banners. I've got one sitting to the side there, but this little one would be perfect. Yes, Vicky has a really good point. So Vicky is learning to love the fussy cutting and has said that it's definitely something that gets better with practice, and that is absolutely true. And now I'm grabbing some vellum. And what we're going to do is die cut out. So these flags, oh, the banners have little stitching, and you get stitching on the negative as well as the positive. So it is so much fun. And by the looks of things, it's like little stitching and little dots on this side. I haven't observed them close enough. But are they all like that? Let's have a look. These are also new. Yes. Ha! Demonstrators, did you notice that? The stitching. The inside, or the positive, has all got dots, no matter what size. And the negatives, which is what you're left with behind, and don't forget folks, you can use that, is all little lines. Oh, I love that little addition, or that little, anyway, so we're gonna add that little banner behind that, and that just is gonna help it stand out. It's very subtle, but it works. So what I'm going to do is add a bit of glue to the back of this. Oop. Stick it down. And let that dry. And grab the twine, the in-color twine. So those who aren't familiar with Stampin' Up, every year with the annual catalogue, Stampin' Up releases 5 new colours, which are combinedly called in-colors. These colours, 5 colours, remain in the collection for 2 years. So every year, 1 collection leaves us and 5 new come. And these are the 5 new in-colors that are starting next month. Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, and the one that I'm using today, which is Orchid Oasis. And of course, the twine is right at the bottom. And there's all sorts of coordinating products that go with it, of course. And I love the fact that we've got this twine this year. And we've also got metallic ribbon, but I'm just going to do a big bow with the twine. And I will be running a new in-color club. So every year with the new in-colors, I run an in-color club where 5 people sign up and you each receive a goodie bag or a goodie parcel each month. That's a bit too big. with all the coordinating products of each color. So across the 5 months, you collect all 5 colors, which is always fun to create. And I also send a handmade card each month. No, I want it on an angle, so let's start placing it here. And that's going to go behind our thank you. I think we need it to be a bit smaller. So just play around with twine and ribbon. Play around, keep it cut on your spool or whatever. Yeah, spool, I think that's the right word. And just play around until you get the size that you're happy with, and then do the snipping. And glue dot is the perfect way to stick down the, cut that one a bit shorter that side, so I like it to be balanced. And now the thank you will go on top. And what I'm going to do is grab 2 tiny little dimensionals, because we've got the knot. Just bring this up. There is a knot. So there is a way to do this without the knot, but I like the knot. But that causes a little bit of a bump. So, what I do is, instead of sticking this on top, straight on top, I'm going to add 2 mini dimensionals on either side of that dot. And I'm even going to just place it right there. And that's what our sentiment will adhere to. And that means that the dot won't bend the sentiment. There. Thank you. We've got the cute little bow. And because I feel like more bling, and you know what? I'm going to add 2 more mini dimensionals. One at the top of that TH. Just kind of placing it retrospectively. Is that the right word? And then one underneath the Y. Just to kind of hold it better in place. But there we go. And just, or do we want more bling? Give me thumbs up if we should put more bling. I was thinking my absolute favorite bling, which Stampin' Up can never, ever, ever, ever retire. It's the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. Or is the wink of Stella enough? Laura's given me a thumbs up. 1 vote is enough for me. I will give it a moment though. I'll give it a moment to take a sip of water and then I'm going to go ahead. But we'll only use the small ones. 1, you get more of the small ones. And 2, you don't want it to be too much. So I'm going to do the triangle, 1, 2, 3, across, kind of semi on the same angle as I've got the bow. You're loving this card? Thank you so much, Laura. So we've got that, got the envelope, and I think we're done. I hope I've inspired you. Do you like tea? Let me know. Who's a tea drinker? I mean, these could be coffee cups too. So, I mean, it's not really a tea exclusive, even though the stamp set says tea, cup of tea. But you know, this card is not a tea exclusive card. But to me, it'll always be a teacup. Not a coffee girl. Sorry. So there we go. One last look on this side. I'm really pleased with that. Cute fun, a little bit modern, not too difficult. I know, I mean, I did chat a lot and denied and, you know, but we had some fun. Thank you for voting and participating in the live, and your decisions came through in the final product. Lara also says she's not a coffee drinker either. Yay! Go the tea! Next week should be another live. Don't know what, but I do know it's on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. I would love you to join me, and I hope that I've inspired you to be creative in any way, whether it's a card or a scrapbook page or anything that you need. But let me know if you need any assistance with any Stampin' Up products. I am here to answer any of your questions. Just let me know by commenting on this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll catch you at the next one. Bye for now.